Great. So, Maarten, now tell me, why is it that you're here at GRIF in Dubai?
That's part of our Spanish blood, I think. Part of that part that covers the interest, the gastronomic interest. The NH Hotel Group originally were in the Spanish hotel chain, although we left that heritage quite some behind us. That's one part of it, so the interest for the gastronomy, interest for the F&B in general, and on top of that also to make clear to the region that the NH Hotel Group wants to expand in this region.
At the moment, you don't have any hotels in the region?
No, we don't have any hotels in the region, so any expansion opportunity would be very much welcomed. And on top of that, preferably more than just one hotel. I mean, one hotel in one country is always a bit a challenge. If you have 5 or 10 or thing like that, it gives you more body and more body to operate those hotels. So that's just a...
And what's your DNA? What's different about NH versus the other hotel brands?
Well, with regards to F&B, for instance, is that we think we're very good hotel operators. Of course, every hotel does have a breakfast room, breakfast service. Many hotels do have a meeting and event space, but we do not necessarily consider ourselves the best F&B operators. We have about 400 hotels globally. In Europe, where I'm responsible for about 150 hotels. In those hotels, several times we cooperate with different F&B operators. And that's either by an external company who we use as a consulting chef. It's sometimes where we indeed outsource the area to an external F&B operator. Or sometimes, indeed, we hire a specific chef with a good reputation and we say, okay, my friend, make this restaurant the restaurant in town. So it's a bit depending on the situation, and I think we're different there in the hotel industry.
Okay. So, Chris, thank you for joining us. And so you've been with NH since 2004.
Yeah, I've been at NH now for more than 10 years.
And so you took over the restaurant Vermeer from a previous chef who had 2 Michelin stars.
That's correct.
And then you took it on. Michelin said you will find it very difficult to maintain 2 stars, let alone 1, which you've managed to do. You've managed to maintain the 1 star at Vermeer. But so tell us why. I mean, hotel restaurants used to be no-go areas, and I think for some brands they still are. Dubai is a bit different, of course. So what's changed?
What's changed is that luckily Maarten said at the start, but we're a part of a Spanish group, and the role of the chef within the hotel is different for us. I get ownership of the restaurant, and I can run it in my own way. So the restaurant has developed over the last years that it's a restaurant within a hotel, but aimed for local guests, and the hotel guests and business travel is a plus. But it's more the focus is in what we're doing for the city itself, and the opportunities within the hotel make my life a lot easier.
Okay, Maarten, is having a Michelin star important to NH? Because I think you have, what, 13 now?
Yeah, correct. We now have 13. Recently, past December, we had 12, and since December, in the NH Collection Grand Hotel Krasnopolski, we were awarded with a Michelin star in that restaurant as well. So now currently we have 13 Michelin stars, indeed. Yes, it is for us. It's important, and part of it, of course, for the business, just the daily revenues that come in. Although sometimes difficult to control the chefs and their expenses. But
well, hold on, going on that.
Nothing personal.
So how do you guys do that? How does it work? Do you have a separate budget for the restaurant?
Yes, the restaurant it's run by itself. It's not. We're taking it out of the hotel. It has its own profits and loss. It's financially sound. That was Maarten spoke. Yeah. Maarten spoke to me at least 5 or 6 years ago now that it can't be money where money gets thrown into it each month. So we pay our way.
So it's profitable.
It's reasonably profitable for a Michelin star restaurant. It's reasonably profitable. We have all the normal problems for the star restaurant, which is the personnel costs are too high, the ingredient costs are too high, and the selling price is too low. But it's quite, each month we're full, and each night we're full. So
how many seats?
40. And it's doing really well. Yeah, we're really busy. Recently refurbished as well. The brand changed. Recently refurbished it within the restaurant, and has made a massive leap forward. It's really doing really well. The restaurant.
Yeah, and we're making fun out of it, and with your colleagues as well, because it's not it's challenging to make it profitable. But on the other hand, and that's the second reason why we do have those restaurants with those Michelin stars, because if they're not profitable, why keeping them? But we keep them also to elevate the brand. The NH Hotel Group, if you have a Michelin star, it is a kind of guarantee that you are a good F&B operator, you operate your hotels in an excellent way. So that's part of it. And if you deduct the expenses that you probably would need to spend in PR or other activities, and also divide that among our friendly chefs, then probably, yes, indeed, it is profitable, the business. Yeah.
Well, listen, whatever you say in this room stays in this room. We don't, we don't have any press, media here, so, absolutely, just go for it. So I understand the mechanics of it, procurement. So you're buying, special produce as well for your Michelin star restaurant. Are you going through the procurement of the hotel, or is it?
No, it's very important. The hotel is the hotel chain itself works with procurement, with purchasing central, obviously to control the costs and to create standard menus, standard products throughout the hotel. The breakfast is the hotel in all the hotels. Now, for my restaurant, that just physically wouldn't work. So we're given all the room that we need. I can buy from my own suppliers. We're a restaurant which is based very much with the location of Amsterdam. We're working with the product in and around Amsterdam. Small farmers, very short lines to the restaurant as well. So it wouldn't be physically possible to work with the hotel rules. So yeah, again, we have to break the rules sometimes to make it work, but we are given a free range in what we do.
Mm-hmm. And I know your restaurant, you have a separate entrance, but yes. What percentage are residents and non-residents?
Yeah, it's scary to say, but I think about 90% is Amsterdam, and then maybe 10% hotel guests. So we don't hold rooms, we don't hold tables for hotel guests. Obviously, if there is, if somebody in the hotel wants to eat with us, the concierge can put them first onto the list for cancellations. But we do not hold rooms, hold tables. So but luckily we're full, so it's a good situation.
Okay, so in terms of the business model here. You're an employee, mm-hmm. But you have your own entrepreneurial situation within the hotel.
Yep.
Maarten, what's the best model? What from your experience, what works best? Is it being an employee, or is it bringing in a partnership with this? Because I would imagine you have a number of different arrangements.
Exactly. But that's also part of the answer. It depends a bit on the location, depends on the hotel size, it depends also on the hotel operation. Sometimes you have hotels in the middle of the city center where, like in Berlin, we have about 10, 12 hotels, or Brussels, 6 hotels. Then I wonder, and they're all in the city center, then I wonder whether we should operate in a restaurant. I don't think it's our top priority. I mean, the hotel rooms, of course, we sell them, we should sell them. It's a perishable product, as we all know. If I'm not fully booked tonight with my 100 hotel rooms and I'm just sold 90, I cannot sell 110 tomorrow. So every time I need to make sure that the distribution is optimal, so I get the maximum return. But for restaurants, it's a bit, the breakfast comes along, but the restaurant, the evening service is sometimes a bit difficult. And what is Chris also pointing out, and I can subscribe that, is that if in the hotel industry, or at least in the corporate hotel industry, you probably are very rule-based. We have procedures for many things. So if he were to follow those things, then his restaurant was not the restaurant what it is today. That also goes a bit for the other 300 to 400 restaurants we have in our hotels. They follow the corporate guidances with local flavor, but still not always they are the nicest restaurants in town. So therefore we say, okay, if that's not our focus or not our key strength, like for instance housekeeping, we very often source out housekeeping. Why not source out the F&B? There are many good F&B operators, many good brands who really have made an art of delivering good gastronomy service. So those people we want to talk to, and in fact we do. I just 1 month ago I signed another contract for a hotel in the city center in Amsterdam. Casper Reinders, a well-known guy, at least in the Netherlands, has about 10 to 12 restaurants. And now the 13th one is going to operate in our premises. Both a win-win. He has an opportunity in the city center. And we have somebody who's really deep into the culinary gastronomic experience.
And room service as well?
Room service he delivers as
Just
well.
everything.
He does everything, yes, in this case it is, because there's no meeting and events areas, but he also indeed takes care of the breakfast. And the breakfast, again, we have a bit more structured how we should do, but the restaurant, the à la carte restaurant, please do it on purpose with your own taste and gut feel. I mean, that he does better than we do.
Yeah. And Chris, you wouldn't get involved in the banqueting or the room service within?
Not daily. My function is purely for the restaurant. There's a different chef for the hotel itself. But obviously, if guests want to have the Vermeer product in the hotel, in the meetings and events, we have a very, very big congress room for up to 250 people. That can happen. And my role is also to foresee and control the quality within the hotel. So there is a chef, but yeah, that's a little bit of the added function for me within the hotel, is that I can guarantee quality throughout the hotel. So the hotel itself, the Barbizon, is we offer a very good. Yeah, I say simple. We make the food ourselves, so the food is tasty, which is not very often that most hotels can offer that anymore. So we prepare and serve good quality food, which I control with other chefs.
Okay, so just moving on to creativity and innovation marketing. You know, we heard the sessions this morning on Instagram and the importance of color and the importance of showcasing your product to go to market. What are you doing on that side? What are you doing with Instagram?
Yeah, we have a special company which runs all the marketing for the restaurants. That's external from NH. NH, the marketing from NH is for rooms, so the expertise is not the same. So we have a local bureau that works in Amsterdam to sell our restaurant to Amsterdam. Again, that's my most important public base. Talking about Amsterdam is a million people live in Amsterdam, so there's a good base to get out to. They control Instagram, Facebook. They control my accounts. We have set dates for posting photographs, internal and external. And that gets continually controlled. Each week I get a list of the posts that's going to happen for that week. So the presence therein is very, very important. The marketing.
And on top of that, the hotel. You're part of the hotel. We also renovated the hotel 1 year ago. And what did you do at that time, which I think was also a great idea from your side?
Yeah, we during the renovation, which is also a very good process. You see, we did a pop-up restaurant in the chapel within the hotel. During the closure, so we used all the personnel from the hotel, so the concierge, the housekeeping, and we did a restaurant, and we served for 4 months while the renovation happened. We served nearly every day with 150 people a day serving food with the team, and so you can see how the hotel can work together, and then that was also the begin for the promotion for the new restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Chris, is the Instagram, does it disrupt the experience, the food experience at times when everybody's taking pictures of food?
You can't do very much. You have to go with the flow, I think. Huh? I have colleagues that say you try to ban telephones in the restaurant, say don't take photos. Yeah, you can't stop something that started. So I personally am not a person that takes photos of everything I eat. I remember it, and I don't like the idea that everyone stops when a meal gets served. First take a photo, no, eat it, and it's something that's happened. It's part of what we now are. Just accept it and go on with it. And again, if you're serving the right produce and the right dishes and the right food, it's only positive for your marketing.
Mm-hmm. So, Maarten, creative chefs must be difficult to manage, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
No.
Yeah, you see, that's the example. I say yes, he says no. No, yes, but obviously you're not too creative because indeed you are.
Yeah.
No, but yes, it is, and it is sometimes challenging. But if you work with less creative people or the people who are not willing to go the extra mile or to stand out of the crowd, yeah, then you will never exceed your guest expectations either. I mean, it's part of what you want to reach, what you want to achieve. And if you want to stand out of the crowd, you need to work with people who stand out of the crowd. They need to take part in things that they stand out of the crowd. It all belongs together, which in a way means that he should understand what he's working for. In the end, you know, all of our 400 hotels, each and everyone should make money, should contribute to the result. He should understand that. And beyond that, please do what you are good at. That's why you're hired for. And if it's not directly P&L profitable, make sure you make enough noise so everybody knows, hey, there is a restaurant Vermeer with a Chris Naylor, a great chef in this hotel, so I want to go there, and it has a good spin-off for the brand. That's the whole idea behind it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I see we only have a few minutes left. A couple of quick-fire questions here. So what do you love about the restaurant industry?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
It's every day different.
Yeah.
Every day different?
Yeah.
Okay. Maarten?
Yeah, I would say the good thing is we all need to eat. So 3 times a day people will come by. There's business.
Okay. So that's a typical business answer, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So what do you hate about the food and beverage industry?
If I have to wait too long.
To wait. Okay.
Waiting is a good one. Yeah. Cold food as well.
Cold food.
Yeah.
What about international cuisine?
International cuisine in the wrong country.
Okay.
So you come to Dubai and you have to eat Italian. Yeah.
All right. So what do you see around the corner?
What do you see around the corner? More local, more pure flavors.
Okay.
The chef again.
Maarten?
Yeah, same thing.
No, you can't say the same thing.
The same thing.
Not allowed.
I just did. No, it's a mixture of what was indeed also said this morning. It's more colorful, more fresh, but the whole experience needs to fit together.
Okay. Chris, what does great look to you?
Great's a full restaurant. And
Michelin?
Michelin. Michelin, as we get the second star, that would be really great.
Okay, that'd be really great. And your great would be making it profitable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, here's a bizarre one. Is there an unusual habit or absurd thing that you love?
You go first.
Unusual habits. Yeah. I don't know. That's difficult. Yeah, it's a good question.
All right, that'll be at the next conference then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maarten?
Yeah, for me it's fried eggs. You can wake me up anytime to have some fried eggs.
Okay, fried eggs. All right. When you feel overwhelmed, Chris, you must feel overwhelmed all the time with what you do, or unfocused, what do you do?
Time with the family.
Family?
I take a step back and start thinking.
Start thinking?
Yeah.
I was, this morning at 5:30, one of your compatriots picked me up to go cycling this morning at 5:30. And I just assumed you guys would have joined me. You know?
No.
with your Dutch friends? Anyway, and do you have a favorite failure that subsequently became, that you learned a lot from?
For me, it was losing a Michelin star was the most thing I learned. Yeah, that's to refocus on about what you're doing afterwards.
Okay.
But that's created my own style of cooking now.
Okay. All right, Maarten?
Yeah, in fact, operating a restaurant in a hotel, and we did it 2 years ago after renovation, and I was in doubt, but I still said, no, we can do that as well. So let's operate ourselves, but it did not work out. So after 6 months, I had to close down the restaurant and rebuild it up. That was not a good decision.
Okay, great. Now, so explain to me, why is it you're really here?
Jonathan. Yeah, well, that is in fact to announce that the next Global Restaurant Investment Conference, so 2019, will take place in Amsterdam in the NH Collection Grand Hotel, Krasnopolski.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to that, and it's going to be a real experience for all of us. We hope all of you'll be able to join us at the Krasnopolski in Amsterdam. And you've also got your general manager here as well?
Yes, that's correct. Mr. Herman Klok, sitting in the
Herman?
back, on purpose.
Where are you? There you are. Well done. Thank you, Herman. And we've got the Colliers boys as well from...
That's correct. Etienne is here as well.
Etienne is here as well. It's interesting that Colliers are taking a specific sort of focus in this space on the real estate advisory services, working on food and beverage, because it's such an important part of the whole puzzle, isn't it, when you're trying to figure out what to do with this real estate space. So listen, this is tremendous news. Thank you for letting me know that GRIF is going to Amsterdam.
You didn't know.
No, I didn't know.